All right, it is currently 3 p.m. And it is, again, April 8th, 2024. And I just want to capture what is, as you've seen on an ongoing daily basis, the maintenance of what is a light source that's appearing from the beginning to the end of the day. And what is so fascinating and why I wanted to step out and capture video, again, this is historic with regard to this light source that is supposedly the one sun. And I'm looking at the news, I'm looking at Fox News, and they're showing what is footage of different locations where they're looking at the eclipse. And it's 3:01 p.m. right now, and I'm on the internet, so I'm not sure. It says that it's live, but I'm not sure. But I just want to be clear. This is the ongoing body of documentation that exceeds just 2024. This is an ongoing body of evidence showing what is literally impossible as I have captured it. This is the maintenance, meaning the sun rising and sun setting. That is the substance of my documentation. While the light source is hovering over building 1810, which is what I'm facing, while a demon is crossing path in that environment, in what is sunlight that you see appearing, for example, on my ceiling inside of my apartment, which is no iteration of the natural environment, and I'm looking on the news at those who are showing even footage from different states of what is supposedly the eclipse. And this is what I'm speaking to with regard to getting narratives from the people of the state who are even reporting the news to you. There is no indication that, for example, in Indianapolis, that you're looking at this light source that's hovering right here above me and aiming what is supposed to be sunlight, which again, the natural environment, sunlight would never appear in this manner. This is within the body of the pattern of conduct where the entity is engaging what is the maintenance of engineer light. Engineer light engages in what is gymnastics, reaching underneath covered structures, hovering above buildings, right? While the entity is stalking in helicopters and planes flying right next to this, which is supposedly the sun. And the entity is maintaining this light source that's hovering over where I'm located for the duration of the day, replete with what is engineered light. The entity is keeping the light source beginning of the day and the end of the day. And then when I go into my apartment, which at 5:49, I'm going to capture more video. I've already captured that, but I'm going to do another complete day of capturing the light source from the beginning to the end of the day. And at 5:49 p.m., you're going to look again at what is the Fontana Police Department engaging in terrorism, just like you saw the LAPD engaging in terrorism, criminal surveillance in concert with the people of the state who live in what is a phenomenon, the sun rising and setting at one address, okay? And it's even more specific. It's rising in alignment to my apartment at 1806 in the living room, and it's setting in alignment to my apartment in my bedroom window. And it includes what is not even natural sunlight. Sunlight does not create any magnification and upright shadows. It doesn't create light that appears on your ceilings when there's no indication of the light source either under any circumstances. And this is relevant to what you are looking at on the news when the people are talking about, and NASA is speaking to this eclipse that's underway. I want to be clear. You are aware of what is an unnatural environment. You're aware of the necessary and control in real time of the environment that is under no circumstances naturally occurring. And so I want you to look at this, pay attention to the documentation, and also pay attention to what you're being told, what you're being fed on television, okay? Under no circumstances is there going to be the sun that they're looking at in Indianapolis while it's hovering right here. And this is what you're going to look at, and then you're comparing what you're being told in this world, all right? That's what I'm speaking to. And then you're talking about the unmistakable pattern of conduct. The state is stalking. The state's engaging in surveillance as I capture the pattern of conduct. That is the P.O.C. And then you're looking at comparing to what you are told out here in this world with regard to the natural environment, with regard to what's supposedly some eclipse. And you're even getting footage. They're showing you. This is what's so fascinating. That's why I wanted to, matter of fact, let me include it. I want you to see this. This is just fascinating. I want you to look at, if I can go back. Here it is right here. They're showing footage of the eclipse. Now, I'm not sure if this is earlier, but they're giving footage with regard to the eclipse. Apparently, this is already happening. Right now, it's 3:05 p.m. All right. This is speaking of live mountain time in Mexico. And you're looking at the light source that's hovering right above me. This is what I want you to, they're talking about what's occurring in Dallas, Texas. And we have one sun, okay? One sun. This light source is hovering over me. This is what you're going to compare with regard to what you are being told about the environment versus what's occurring in the environment. This is demonic. It's absolutely impossible. And then you're also being told what is impossible to coexist. There's no eclipse going, and there has been no eclipse. And so you're talking about an eclipse that is yet to occur. We're on the West Coast, and I just want to be clear, there is only one sun. So if they're witnessing the eclipse in Torreon, Mexico, I believe that says. And they're mentioning Indianapolis. They're talking about Little Rock. And they're looking at it. They're 3 hours ahead of us. That's true. I just want to be clear. They're looking at one sun. There's only one. We're told about one. And the one sun, my documentation shows, is rising and setting. Here, it is literally rising at this hillside, and it is setting, okay, right here at the same property. And that's what I want you to be mindful of, and that's why I'm documenting it, okay? The entity is engaging in an ongoing pattern of conduct. This is the government that is, again, on the news. I want to be clear. The news is nothing other than spreading information that is also serving to condition you. They are giving you the information. By the way, they are the mouthpiece of the state as well. And I do not find it to be separate. I do not find it to be a coincidence when you are told about a so-called eclipse and you're looking at what's impossible, the entity maintaining a light source over me for the duration of the day. I cannot get up there and make that up. I cannot control the fact that the entity is also maintaining presence, following me, remaining where I am in helicopters. I cannot make up the fact in the character of this light activity. I can't get up there and put any light activity on my ceiling. I don't have any control of any of that. So you're looking at that, and then you're looking at what you're being told by those that are on your television, on the internet, and feeding you a narrative, okay? Because the two are impossible to coexist. The two are impossible. This is the P.O.C. It is currently 3:07 p.m. That would be 6:07 p.m. in Florida. Mountain time, that would make it, I believe, 4 p.m. and then 5 p.m. Central time. So I just want to make sure that I capture this because I found that to be so amazing what I'm looking at on the news, what they're telling you about, what their NASA is speaking to, and then you're looking at the pattern of conduct, okay? And this is what I mean with regard to the reality, with regard to what is the that which is directly opposing to what you're supposed to be aware of. This is the secret society. This is the secret society, and it's also not a coincidence. Well, let me be clear. The government knows, the state knows, the entity knows, this little society knows what is being exposed about it. So and I also want to be clear, it in no way and under no circumstances can you approach in federal court the documentation. Okay, so all you're doing is looking at the two. You're looking at the two. Somebody's lying. Somebody is lying, and the documentation speaks for itself, okay? It is currently 3:08 p.m. I personally found it to be fascinating. That's why I wanted to step out and get video documentation. The entity is engaging in what is maintaining this light source, and it is setting at the same property, okay, which you've seen day in and day out. And I'm going to go ahead and get, because the Fontana Police Department and the Los Angeles Police Department are the same entity. And it's the state of California that's engaged in criminal monitoring. The state of California is on the West Coast. Okay, so we're on Pacific Standard Time. All right, so I like to make sure that you understand the full picture. You're going to compare the narrative that you're being told on a day-to-day basis, and that it is speaking to what is a secret, what is a covert, a surreptitious system that is in operation. And it is designed to keep you asleep, okay? To keep you conditioned to look at things in a certain manner. All right, this is P.O.C.